Wednesday, the 3rd of December 2025. Hope you're all having a great December. And in this particular episode, I will mention things. One of those things is Bitcoin and the alt markets, and what is happening with the alt markets and Bitcoin, and why the Bitcoin bounced yesterday. And so many people in peanut land were saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's going to dump down to 53,000," or whatever crazy number they had below. Well, the thing is, this is a very simple reason that the assets did what they did yesterday. We even said it during our live streams, right? I said it's very possible we'll see a continued move to the upside, but take your profits and you can always re-enter the position. And there were several target levels to do that at. So if you're trading low time frame scalps, you actually could beat the market, even though it seemed like it just went up in a straight line on like the 4-hour candle or something. But it doesn't go in a straight line, right? There were plenty of candles within that 4-hour candle that went up, and also some that went down, giving traders who are fast enough and knowledgeable enough great opportunities, or occurrences of opportunities as we call them, to scalp to the upside, take your profits, possibly even scalp to the downside depending on your position, your info, and your speed, and then reposition for another long to the upside after it had taken a little bit of a dip. How could you do that? How could you know that if you're using traditional technical analysis? Well, the answer is you can't, really, not reliably, not consistently, not quantifiably in the sense that lets you know for sure, with a very, very, very high degree of certainty that you're doing the right thing. No, you can't, because traditional TA does not tell you anything about probabilities and statistics in any meaningful sense. You can do statistics about price all you want. You can do statistics about, probabilities about price all you want. Price is not how price is set. Price is not determined by price. Price is determined by volatility, which creates the returns, which creates the price, essentially, right? Returns lead, right? Like it's volatility first, and then the returns. And the price follows the returns, if it does anything at all. Most of the time, price is just random. But the one thing it does do, even when it's random, is follow the returns. Right? When I say price is random, I mean price is on a random walk most of the time. Much like I am right now here in Israel. Once in a while, it's in a trending move. How can you tell that? Well, you look at the entropy indicator that we have in alpha trading. It shows you very clearly when an asset is in a trending move or in a random walk. It's a very, very clear, almost simple indicator to use because you can't really get clearer than what that indicator is showing you. If you know how to read it, it's an extremely powerful indicator. Plus, it's got some other ones built into it. It's very powerful. It's got ABP, it's got DLP, it's got all kinds of amazing tools in there. The Entropy Pro indicator from Alpha Trading. And of the many, literally dozens of indicators that we released onto the market for retail traders, which is available to people who subscribe to our Pro Traders tool package, which is just an incredible package of tools, frankly. But the point is, Bitcoin hit very nice downside targets yesterday. So did other alts, and then proceeded to walk or bounce to the upside. Now, why did they bounce? Well, again, like I just said, if you look at the volatility and the correlation around the time it was bouncing, if you look at the entropy around the time it was bouncing, if you look at the coefficient of variance right around the time it was bouncing, and if you look at the returns oscillators right around the time it was bouncing, it was set to make those moves. Yes, there was, of course, a probability it could go down, right? And that is why, if you didn't get the first leg of the bounce, you might have been wary, or the second or the third, right? There was a lot of bouncing happening. But again, if you trade low time frames, you don't need to let that information paralyze you, right? Because there's much lower risk when you're trading low time frames. You're not holding positions for a long time. You're not trying to swing trade the most volatile asset class in the history of trading. You're getting into position, seeing it move, and getting out of the position, and you're doing it quickly. You could trade, at least one trade, if not more, inside of a 15-minute candle. Certainly when it's moving like it did yesterday. That's why it's important to know how to trade low time frames, because that way you don't get stuck holding a bag in a losing position, wondering, oh God, is it going to turn around now? You don't need to worry about that. You're in, you're out. If you lose a trade, well, you should be losing the tiniest possible amount, right? You shouldn't be even approaching 1% of a loss. Why? Because you should get out of losing trades immediately. So the answer is buy the sale, buy low, sell high. Yes, the answer is always buy low, sell high. Absolutely. Here's the thing, most people have no idea how to do that. We can tell them that till the cows come home. And how do you know when it's low? And how do you know when it's high? Right? Like, how do you know that right now it can't go lower? You don't know that, right? Necessarily, unless you have really great leading information that shows you that, which is exactly what alpha trading does. That's why we build those tools for our community. And well, we built them for ourselves and then we made them available to our community, because that's the purpose of why we created the community, is to teach people a better way to trade using better tools, using a whole different concept and philosophy of trading, which is trading volatility and entropy and probabilities and statistics, rather than trying to trade ridiculous things like traditional TA with random chart art and other garbage that is completely meaningless, right? Random chart art may look fun and cute, and you might find patterns that you think are somehow relevant. They're not, right? They're just literally Crayola for grown-ups, right? They're paint by numbers for adults. That isn't the way to trade. It's better if you don't. It's better if you don't try to do that, and if you actually instead use instead you use mathematics that actually run the markets to make great trades, just like the HFT firms that literally run the markets and the quant shops that literally run the markets. When I say they run the markets, again, I mean they run around 80% of the market of the trades on all markets and all time frames. Coincidence? No. They're running, millions of trades per second per large system that they have. So, and their average trade lasts about 0.2 seconds. So good luck trying to outpace their volume of trades. Good luck trying to outposition their position. Good luck trying to outsize their size. And good luck trying to outspeed run them. You can't, because they are literally physically attached to the exchange. And unless you have a lot of money, like many millions and millions of dollars, you're not going to be connected directly to the exchange's server, like with a physical cable in their host. Now, you can use if you are an accredited investor. I see your messages, by the way. The Jews, you write? Dude, what is this? You can be connected to the exchange servers if you are a exchange, or there will be more eventually in time, but you need to be an accredited investor, meaning you have to have a certain amount of millions of dollars and be accredited. And and you can buy access to at least one exchange that is becoming well known, still very new relative to the other exchanges. 10, 15 years, whatever. Um, and basically, what that allows you to do is effectively to get access to an exchange where they don't, in theory, give the big guy the advantage, and they level the playing field, right? By literally making the time to trade not advantageous only to the guys with the biggest bags, right? And when I say the guys with the biggest bag, I'm talking even banks don't have the biggest access sometimes, okay? In fact, it was created by somebody who worked at a bank, if I'm correct, worked at RBS or RBC. I think it was RBC, but regardless. Yeah, you know who made all the money during the gold rush? The guys selling the shovel. Exactly. If you 100% guarantee the refund money is lost after buying your program. Okay. Yeah, I don't sell a program, dude. We don't sell a program. We the only thing we sell is access to our tool. We do have a one-on-one private tutoring package that we offer for people who actually want to learn this stuff. It's not here watch a bunch of videos and learn. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like any of the traditional TA programs or courses. It's literally nothing like that. It's literally one-on-one tutoring. But we don't offer it to many people because literally the only people teaching it are ourselves, and we are not going to license out the ability to do that because we're not in the let's sell as many courses as we can. No. The only people we offer it to are people who want to actually learn to trade better and are serious about it. But even so, you don't have to buy that. By the way, you can get free tools from us, like completely free. Yeah? We give away a system. We give away the system that we created when we first started trading this way. And what do I mean by that? I mean the actual tools that we use, right? The very first batch of them that our indicator makers made, we give those away for free. Why? Because we want you to learn a better way to trade. We give away not just the tools, we give away the information on how to use them. We even give away a free chart. You don't have to worry about setting up the initial settings and all that on purpose because we know most people never want to learn. Maybe it's fine. We're not in the business of trying to sell courses. We honestly don't care. Can check it out. It's very simple to get there. It's called alphatradinghq.com/Discord, and that's where the Discord is. So the group is called Alpha Trading. Feel free to join it. It's free. Feel free to get your free tools. They are free. The education is free. You can participate in the live streams for free. You can participate in the text chats for free. You can, really 90, I mean, more than 90%. It's pretty much everything is free in our system, except for access to the Pro Traders tools. And of course, private tutoring if somebody wants it because, well, you're taking a person's time. You're not just getting access to a bunch of videos that are all standardized BS. Right? We do videos live stream every day where we do workflows and so you can actually watch our videos in Discord or you can watch our videos on Rumble. You can actually participate in them live in Discord, not just watch them. Right? You can actually engage. You can also engage with us on Rumble, but we're not usually monitoring that channel actively as much as we do the Discord, because that's where we're literally running the live stream. And sometimes I'll pop in, or someone will pop in to the bowl while it's happening and answer questions. But usually the answer to any question in Discord, I mean, in Rumble, is sure. If you ask to look at a particular asset, sure, we'll tell you we'll look at it. But we will recommend you to join the Discord, again, because it's free to do that, and that way you get full access to the Discord and all of its benefits, which, again, all that stuff is free. The only thing we charge for are the Pro Tools in order to pay our developers. It's not like we're a huge community, so we don't make a living from selling the tools, right? The tools cost an amount of money just because, mostly to keep the freeloaders out, to be honest. Like, that's the biggest reason. Yeah, sure, it's nice to be able to give the developers of the indicators, the people that built these things, test these things, QA these things, run these things, like, through the ringer to make sure they're good to release. Right? It's nice to pay for that a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, they're so cheap. And given the amount of people in our community, we couldn't live off of that, right? And nor was that ever our plan. That's why we always kept it cheap, right? Relative to other trading tools. And again, those other trading tools, they're selling you traditional TA. They're selling you garbage, right? Def on a few watch lists. Okay, sure. Why? Because I have a beard. This beard, by the way, is long as this length because it was Movember. I just haven't shaved it. Last month was Movember. If you don't know what Movember Movember is a month in which certain groups raise awareness for men's health, like prostate cancer, etc. That is why the beard is as long as it is, and as wild as it looks, as opposed to being nice and trimmed and all that as it normally would be. But there you go. Anyway, guys, till the next one. I hope I've answered your questions, and I will see you all again. Oh, do you have more questions? Here we go. Hate can't destroy hate. Yeah, that's true. Only love can. That's true. Okay. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Till then, peace. Happy trading. See you guys.